how about the run she made in Utah, claiming gold on the PPA side? She'll start us off with the first serve.
Yeah, we have Jackie Kawamoto here, and of course Jade Kawamoto, the lefty counterpart of that fantastic women's doubles team, on a team that's not at this event. She is on an MLP team, but
no, she just played for LA.
Jade is here?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Shout out to Jade Kawamoto, tied for first place of the top, my favorite top 7 lefties.
2-0.
Ooh, ambitious ATP for Georgia Johnson.
Yeah.
One of the 17-year-old sensations.
1-2.
Oh, yeah. Jackie Kawamoto. It's kind of that inside-out forehand, placing that ball so well. Seamless. There's that Tyra Black pressure. Followed up from Georgia. Gets it done. Four great players out here. If I had to, speculate who's going to win this match, I would sit that conversation out. But I will stand by, Michelle, what I might have mentioned earlier or yesterday. The Jackie Kawamoto, Leah Jansen combo and this team is a contender for the finals for the MLP event, for sure. It's a great spot. Kind of disarming Tyra Black. Pulling out of her range there. Ooh. The disappointment from Leah Jansen. 4-4, rally scoring. It's a little bit of a culture shock if you're bringing your friends over to Pickleball TV. Hey, watch this. Yeah, so this is, and you're like, wait, I thought the scoring was like this. It's a little different at MLP. It does do the rally scoring element and makes for a different experience, but a fun game nonetheless. Oh, yeah. Just teamwork, comboing off of each other's shots. Love to see it.
I'm a big fan of the rally scoring.
Yeah? Why is that?
I think it makes the game interesting. Makes it go a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Which...
yeah, different pace for sure.
Save some gas if you're the players.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, the rally scoring.
It's more entertaining.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it
5-6.
Makes you strive for less risk and more reward. You got to play a little smarter because every point is, worth a mark for the other team. Tyra Black tees off with the angle. Nice. That'll do it. Yeah, coming off that match, the mad drops and the fives, that was like a UFC fight. This one's a little more starting off like a little bit of a chess meet.
I won't tell Jade that you didn't notice she was on the court.
Jade Kawamoto.
Participating in that match.
I got to watch 1/3 of it.
Jade's not here. She just played, Rob.
Shout out to Jade, wherever you are.
Watching her sister, probably.
8-6.
Here we go, statement point right here. Georgia with the hustle. Lob defense. Oh! With the strike from the baseline, Tyra Black takes the point. Great point, great defense from the Dallas Flash. Love their new logo.
Point 9.
Have you checked out the merch tent yet at the Pickleball Central?
Oh, yeah.
I love me some MLP merch.
That's right.
9-7.
Which team you gonna rock though?
I have about 5 or 6 shirts from different teams.
If it's free, it's for me or Rob. Have to give it to the Orlando Squeeze.
You nailed it. Yeah,
They've got some good merch.
They got some iconic shirts out there for sure. The
10-7.
Black Bears are stepping up their game too. The California Black Bears have some pretty cool merch out right now as well. As do the Atlanta Bouncers.
Timeout. Point 8.
Change ends at 13. Games to 25. Rally scoring. Win by 2.
8-10.
This is your first MLP match this year. No freeze. Crazy stuff.
Timeout.
That's it.
Point 11.
Leigh Jansen teamed up with Tina Pisnik in Utah a couple of weekends ago. Made a gold medal run in women's doubles.
11-8.
Looking really sharp.
Yes.
2 gold medal matches for Leia in singles and women's. Battled it out. That was on the PPA side of things. MLP makes it interesting because you don't get to pick your partner.
That's right.
Usually.
Yeah. You got a little influence. Maybe that first seed can ripple down on the choices of the next players.
Timeout.
But yeah, you get some unique teams out there. Loving the Kawamoto Jansen team. Tyra Black, Georgia Johnson. Tight game.
12-9.
Oof.
Ooh, Tyra Black hops in. Beautiful ball right through the middle.
That was a big point. This rally scoring makes it a little tougher to identify the momentum, if you will, because it goes a little back and forth.
Well, it can change at a given moment.
Nice. Goes for it, and she gets it.
New York takes a 13-10 lead on the end change. They will flip ends, and we'll take a quick break. More from this women's doubles matchup in Atlanta after this.
San Diego. Oh, my bad, yeah, San Diego. I'm from upstate New York. And welcome back to Major League Pickleball Atlanta 2024. On our side switch as they race to 25. New York Hustlers up 1. 2, if you will.
13-10.
13-10. 3. Don't mess with me. That's good pickleball right there.
11.
Do not confuse this game for slow
11,
with those
13.
dink rallies. It's a fantastic point. Fantastic drop.
What a ball from Kawamoto. So simple to roll that through the middle, but really effective.
Jensen and Kawamoto are a unit right now.
14, 11. Side out, point 12. 14.
Georgia Johnson was there. What a point.
Yeah, extremely long duration of a point. Just for Kawamoto to pull the trigger. The ever-ready Georgia Johnson shuts her down. It has been very good dinking.
Side out, point 15. Fifteen, 13. Side out, point 14.
Tough miss volley from Jansen there. Kind of one of the more
14,
under-practiced
15.
shots. You'll see pros practicing those shots a lot. It's a tricky spot to take that volley, especially as a reset. There it is.
Side out, point 16.
It's an aggressive game, but it's those
16,
relentless
14.
dinks that give nothing that are allowing Leah Jensen and Jackie Kawamoto kind of to keep this lead in this match here. Nice, escapes to the sideline there.
Flees the kitchen.
That's something to take home with you. If you're falling into the kitchen, just head left or right. Bring it all the way into if you're falling north, head east.
I like that.
Or west.
Okay, we have a foot fault on the call.
And I think they're going to challenge
Fault on
the foot faults
Side
of
out,
Hurricane Tyra
17.
Black, who seemed to scoot around the kitchen in time. Remember, each team gets 3 free challenges per match. They'll get a bonus
Okay,
free
Dallas
challenge if we go to
challenging,
a
football
Dream Breaker. That is the 5th deciding game.
ball.
If we need to go there, each
17, 14.
match is best 3 out of 5 games. Let's have another look at the call being challenged. Hurricane Tyra Black.
And I do constitute this as an Ernie if her momentum's bringing her forward. So she's there. Oh, it's pretty close.
Does that left toe sneak on? I don't know. Kind of felt like she stayed out, but
That's pretty close. That's
ooh,
pretty
I don't
close.
know. Because if the shoe is lifted up and her toe's not pressing on it, then it's
Right.
not a fault.
Right.
But thank you to Jordan Maynard manning the production today for the replays and directing and all things to make this TV magic happen.
It's pretty close. As if I were to pretend to be a referee or act as a referee, I would want to make sure that I'm 100% sure if I'm going to call a foot fault call. And
I think you should get in the referee lineup,
after
Rob
video
Cassidy.
review, there was a foot fault.
That's a warning, Michelle.
Challenge lost.
Okay.
3 challenges
It was a
remaining.
foot fault.
3 free
Oh, did
challenges
they call it?
remaining.
They
Resume
snagged
play
it.
at 17-14.
Good challenge for Dallas.
I'm in.
And because they were
17-14.
correct, they'll get to keep it.
And does that take away a challenge from the other team? I thought I heard David say or Mr. Fleming say some great. I don't know him that well. I shouldn't be calling.
David Fleming.
Mr. David Fleming. Mr. Dave Fleming might have
Never heard
mentioned something
David
like
before.
that yesterday.
15-17.
Is Dave short for David? Gotta figure that out. So official. And yes, you're correct, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
Point.
That would have been a pretty awesome lob. I will say Jackie Kawamoto does have a better than most lob game.
16-17.
It's quick, deceitful. Let's see another one here soon.
Side out.
Patient point pays off
18.
for the Hustlers.
That's right.
18-16. Side out. Point. 17.
Black.
17-18. Side out. Point. 19.
Step one, let out balls go out.
19-17. Side out. Point. 18.
Georgia Johnson, Tyra Black have an opportunity to put themselves ahead here.
19. Point. Nineteen.
Oh,
Point. Timeout, New York.
Dallas will take
2019.
their first lead of the game back since the early goings of this one. We're going to take a quick break, too. See how this women's doubles game unfolds. The Dallas Flash mounting a comeback here, taking a 1-point edge on the New York Hustlers. Dallas Flash built their team around JW and Georgia Johnson.
Time
And
in.
the New York Hustlers
2019.
went after Jack Sock at the 6th overall pick. And Hurricane Tyra Black finishes off what Georgia Johnson instigated.
Just erasing that timeout. And now they're closing in on that match point. 25 here, no freeze. Just a friendly reminder here, 24 MLP.
And if you're unfamiliar with what the freeze was, there was a freeze situation. Games were originally to 21, but there was a freeze
21
on 18 and 20.
Little pseudo rally scoring. Oh, to the sideline, Tyra Black.
Point 22.
Leah Jansen super out of position there, just because Kawamoto has her back in that forehand in the middle so well.
20.
Third shot drive.
Oh, collision.
Ball. Side out. Point
You mentioned Tyra Black was fast.
21.
She got there just
Yeah.
in time, and Georgia was quick off the line, too. Hopefully both players are okay.
I think they got the ball back, but of course touching the net is a fault. Point over.
21, 22.
1 point game. Whoa.
Point.
Jackie Kawamoto ties it up for the Hustlers.
All 22s here.
22.
I like that number. Woo! Into a reset pickup from Georgia back to the neutral. What a point.
Side out. Point.
Dallas
23.
back on top by 1.
Seems like a little bit of a tightness. Doesn't want to commit to that patient
23,
game. Really looking
22.
to how can I pull the trigger as opposed to just kind of committing to that patient game. Oh.
Side out. Point. 23.
Talk about the third shot drop. That drop
23,
shot is really kind of a
23.
series of drops. The third shot drop can be kind of perceived as a series of drops. Doesn't have to be one perfect third. As these ladies are demonstrating right here, as they take the net on their terms. Neutral acquired.
Side out.
Tyra
Point.
Black with the
24.
precision finds the hole between Jansen and Kawamoto.
24, 23.
Game point.
Oh, Jackie Kawamoto survives to tie it 24 apiece. Saves a game point, too.
Holy smokes. Pins and needles here.
Who wants the next game point?
24, 24.
Leah Jansen brings the New York Hustlers to game point.
Great third. Put it on the paddle. Georgia Johnson gave her the opportunity to make that mistake. Ah,
Oh, Hurricane Tyra Black
25.
brings the ball back on her side and takes a point with it.
back to the well. Kawamoto gets her paddle on it, closes that hole up, but Tyra Black there for the
25.
finish. Here we go. Great drop from Georgia. No, does not get to the kitchen line.
26.
Game point number 2 for New York. See, I like this games to 25 situation, win by 2. I think it's cleaner.
26-25.
Equal opportunity when you have 2 evenly matched teams.
Yeah, definitely.
Tyra Black shuts the door on the drive.
Tyra Black has more than one well right now. Just hitting them up, hit them both.
26.
Georgia Johnson will take another game point.
And aggressive will always be better than passive. Great play by Georgia Johnson.
7-26.
Here we go. Ooh.
Leah Jansen saves the day, ties it again, 27 apiece.
What a stand made by the New York Hustlers here in game 1 of this match.
2 game points saved on both sides.
Nice grindy point here in the end game.
Game point number 3 for the Dallas Flash. Georgia Johnson will look to close it on her serve. Big drive on the backhand side of Johnson causes the error, and game 1 goes in favor of the Flash. How are they able to do it late in game number 1?
Sneaky good, just so solid pickleball. And what I mean by that is just consistent, accurate, and precise. Tyra Black does not miss the spot that she's going for, and it's just smart pickleball combined with good execution. Pulling it off, 29-27, not a bad game here, MLP 2024.
Men's doubles coming up next. You know who is taking the stage. Jack Sock, the player that the New York Hustlers built their team around, will take the stage next. And yes, we do have a challenge I am hearing from the court on the out call. I do think live I saw it out, but let's take another look. Remember, Georgia Johnson opted to drive on that 3rd shot on the backhand side, forced an out ball on the volley of Kawamoto. Here's another look. I think that's pretty clear out, but let's see.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, you know, it's 3 challenges per match. So this might end up being critical if this game goes a little late. Some stuff goes down in these later games. It's looking pretty out. It's gonna be tough to overturn.
So clarification from our friend David, AKA Dave Fleming, on these challenges, by the way.
Yes.
In a second.
Reviews, the ball was out, the call stands.
Out call stands. 29-27 will be the finishing touch. By the way, faults do not take a challenge away from the other team, but an overturned out call would.
Okay.
So if you get overturned on your out call, then you lose a challenge.
Got you, because the player didn't. That makes sense. Player's not making the football call. Makes sense to me.
Exactly. So men's doubles coming up next. Jack Sock taking on JW Johnson, 2 iconic players in the sport. We'll be back to get Rob's thoughts on what gives in this one.
Sounds like a short story. In this game?
Look at these views from the Lifetime facilities at Peachtree Corners here in Atlanta, Georgia. Just about 35 minutes north of downtown Atlanta, and gorgeous digs for us all weekend long for Major League Pickleball. This is the first of 8 regular season events. Each Major League Pickleball team at the premier level, 12 teams, will be playing in 23 matches in total all season long, spread out across a couple of tournaments. 5 in total for each team, and so we're missing 2 teams at the premier level for this event, but they'll be in action for the upcoming Washington, D.C. But for now, it's all about the Dallas Flash and the New York Hustlers. Sean McMahon and Rob Cassidy in the booth bringing you the action. What's the X factor here as somebody who's very familiar with men's doubles?
Nice. I think the X factor will come down to Augie Guh. I mean, we do have a pretty cool lefty-lefty pattern that we'll see backhand to backhand that we don't get to see too often. Here we go.
CJ Klinger
Goodness.
pulls it from mid-shin.
No fear, all boldness, makes the shot, blowing it past the J.W. Johnson. No easy task.
Yeah, who's nearly impossible to get through.
J-Dub with the rebuttal, countered by Klinger. It's just so good. A kid that loves the game, has the athleticism, and the right influences. Just being around Adam Stone for the last 2 years is just, you know, world-class influence on somebody's game. Ernie Dank.
Ooh, Jack Sock pulled it, and Augie Guh was there.
You know, you got to pull the trigger sometimes. That's a good pull. Great hands from Augie Guh.
Let cord break for Jack Sock. Jack Sock, of course, in the emerging stars. He's already a tennis star. 4-time pro tennis Grand Slam champ. Won a gold at the Olympics. Tennis. Now he's looking for another title in another sport here at Major League Pickleball.
4-1.
Oh.
Timeout. Point 2.
Nice. You hear the team support from the sidelines. Ooh. Third shot drive into 5th shot miss.
5-2. Point.
And I feel like Klinger and Jack Sock are doing a great job of keeping J-Dub out of this game. When they do go to him, it's either a nothing give or an attack on their terms. I think Augie's up for the challenge here on this patient game. Oh!
Now that shot from Jack Sock rips it through the middle. That forehand is something else.
It really is. That was a low ball.
7-2.
It's a great look. That's one of the things about the lefty-righty symmetry, is that the J-Dub Augie might not have known who was necessarily going to take that ball. Tough look. Augie with the get.
Big play for J.W. Johnson. Augie Guh, by the way, in the Arizona Pickleball League, when he started to break out in the pros, he was the scoreboard guy before he was actually on one of those teams.
Nice.
Here he is, getting drafted at the premier level, winning medals at the PPA Tour.
We could make a pickleball sandlot about Augie.
Yeah.
8-3.
Smart cookie, too. Biostats master's degree from Brown University. He can do math. Don't challenge him on the score.
Yeah, and that type of player makes adjustments throughout the game. Takes more than just one way to defeat them. Got to adjust with. Jack Sock, CJ Klinger taking it to him, though. J.W. Johnson, more of the rock, you know, that solid, consistent player. Yeah, he's got weapons.
And hand speed. Couple misses now for Augie Guh. Hustlers already with a team win last night over the Columbus Sliders. Took the Sliders to a dream breaker, Riley Newman's team.
Yeah, great
team.
team.
2 points. Looking for more team standing points here. So good. And watching Jack Sock live, the TV doesn't do that justice, just how fast. I mean, it does to some extent, but the ability to hit this ball with so much pace is worth flying to watch live. So, timeout called on the side of the Dallas Flash. Slow start for them. What's working so well right now for the forehand of Jack Sock and CJ Klinger, the lefty, playing the right?
Yeah, the difference is really exemplified in that last point where Jack Sock was able to, you know, come over and create and be explosive while he has CJ Klinger as kind of that solid player. Whereas J.W. Johnson and Augie Guh are kind of both that solid player right now. We don't have that explosive creator on their side to start doing some damage and making some openings. So one of them might have to make a shift, get a little more aggressive, and start to create with either pace, power, or, you know, more aggressive placement to get them in there. Not both of them, just one of them maybe, and do that dance.
Time
Here we
in,
go,
11-4.
Oh, ambitious Burt attempt for Jack Sock. And a good timeout called by Dallas. J.W. Johnson back to serve now.
Nice shots.
Some dinking from Jack Sock.
Yeah, aggressive, grown man dinks.
Grown man dinks.
Shout out to Jeff Warnick. It's an old school term.
New to me.
Yeah, when we traditionally see J-Dub play with Dylan Frazier, you know, Dylan has an elite speed up off the bounce or out of the air, and it's an important part of their team dynamic.
Yeah. Won a gold in Utah, those two, a couple of weekends ago on the PPA side.
Back to this pattern here. Oh, and one for J-Dub this time.
Well, in a conversation earlier with Jack Sock, he said, I am not going to be able to beat these guys in a dink battle, so I'm going to try and break the strategy of pickleball, which he does, and probably one of the only players that can do stuff like that, where it's a bit more untraditional, pulls himself out of the dink battles.
He's been doing that since North Carolina of last year.
He seems to be picking his moments a little bit better.
Absolutely, yeah. He's becoming a great pickleball player.
Like that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Point 13.
Inside out
change
deflection
in.
on J.W. Johnson. The New York Hustlers get to the end change first at 13. The Dallas Flash trailing by 5. And we'll be right back with more of Jack Sock's magic. Jack Sock and CJ Klinger finding some chemistry, and sometimes it's not always easy. You've got an age disparity, 18 years old CJ Klinger and 31-year-old Jack Sock. Nice play by Augie Gubb, a lefty hop in the corner. What a cool story on Augie Gubb, by the way. He got laid off from his job. He had a full-time data scientist job. Would never have become a full-time pro if that didn't happen. I'd say it's paying off here. J.W. Johnson, and faster with the wrist flick than him.
Yeah, Augie Gubb, not only a D1 tennis player, but also a collegiate table tennis player, which love to see that background. Definitely has its positives, pros to having that background as well. It looks like the wind's picking up a little bit. It's also a lot hotter out there today, which
it's muggy.
Adds right up to a slower ball. You know, that material of the ball will heat up and get a little softer, makes it play a little slower, makes the drives a little less influential. Or effective, rather.
All right, time in. 10-13.
3-point game. Ooh.
Make it a 2-point game. Dallas right back in it.
11-13.
Missed the easy one.
Yeah, that's a tough little realm of pickleball. Those little steep guys over the net. You got to get Benson in there. Can't go for too much. It's a unique trajectory when you're that deep inside the kitchen. Nice shape by Klinger. Augie pulls it off. Look how low Klinger's getting for that two-handed backhand.
Look out for a flying Jack Sock. Nobody else can hit that angle but him. On the same sideline.
Beautiful. Beautiful strike.
14-12.
Well played by J.W. Johnson. His twitch speed is remarkable.
1 for 1 on speeding up.
13-14.
Obviously picks his times well. Just want to see a smidge more of it.
Side out. Point 15.
hear a baby Jack Sock fan in the house. Speaking of that, newborn baby Brody back home watching with his wife, Laura. Very supportive of his pickleball career. Congrats to Jack and Laura on their baby boy.
Tough miss. Crawling towards 25 here. Long points, like to see it.
16-13. Side out. Point 14. 14-16.
Yes. Yes.
Point.
And I do love the point that Jack Sock gives to Klinger because that setup was just as good as that put away. Beautiful point.
17-14.
It's like a palming forehand. Love it. New York Hustlers looking to break it open here a little bit. Relentless pressurized dinks from Klinger here. Augie just trying to handle him.
There's the pop-up chance right through the middle. That's what great dinking can get you.
Love to see the motivation from Jack Sock there, keeping Klinger on track.
18-14.
Such a great player, CJ Klinger. He's got one mode, which is let's 11-0 these guys.
Side out. Point 15.
CJ Klinger doesn't talk too much, but he's playing rec
But
games.
when he does.
Yeah, I was playing a rec games with him at the beginning of the game. This is a rec game. Let's 11-0 these guys. He's like, all right, yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, partner. That's the type of mentality I want my partner to have.
Did you?
I think they got one.
Really?
Yeah, CJ Klinger was giving me
Who are you
dirty. He was
playing?
giving me looks. I can't.
16-18.
Wasn't Jade Kawamoto, was it?
No,
Full circle moment.
no, Jade was not there. Lob. What we need to see.
And that lob is what we saw bring Augie Gutt to the men's doubles finals a couple of times on the PPA tour.
And that's a
Hasn't
great.
done that much.
That's a great way to do it. It's exactly what we're asking for. He created with minimal risk and set himself up for a nice little
17,
opportunity
18.
there. Love it.
Side out. Point
That,
19.
not as much. Not so much. Everything's easy from here, right?
Exactly.
Side out. Point 18.
Third shot drive into the net for point. Here we go. 1 point game crawling
18,
towards
19.
25. Wild game here.
Ooh, almost got him.
Side out. Point 20.
Contesting to see if that might have touched, made contact with Jack Sock. Augie and J-Dub are
Okay, we have a challenge.
always sure enough to
Player was struck
throw a
by the
challenge
ball.
at it.
Result of the rally is
I don't think they
19,
used one yet, so
18. See with video review.
It's a good time to use it.
we shall see.
And it's possible that Jack didn't even feel it, so it's a good idea to go to the video review and see what the
True. Because even if it hit a part of it, just nicked a part of his hat, it would be considered a touch. On its way out, we'll have another look at it when we get the chance. What's the most fun part to you, though, Rob, about this new format, the new way of Major League Pickleball with all the new emerging talent, new faces, the rising tide? Oh, we're gonna have to slow that one down. It's almost like he jumped into it. I don't know. I don't see how you can overturn what was already missed unless the ball changes trajectory ever so slightly. I don't know if you have a clear enough view of that to make a 100% confident decision. We'll see.
You know, give me the footage. Let me take it home, sleep on it. You know, come up with an
You
answer
do have the
tomorrow.
footage, Rob. It's Pickleball TV. Replaying this all day, every day, 24/7. You can watch it back again tonight and tomorrow if you want.
And slower.
And slower.
There's no worries either way. But yeah, 2024 MLP, it is nice to see the newer players emerge or see how they stack up, if you will. CJ Klinger obviously belongs in Premier, which you love to see. Augie Guh can just about say the same. And it's also nice to see the veterans, you know, still hold their ground and still play great. I just love watching, you know, like the Mad Drops and Parento and you know, Thomas Wilson, and, you know, to name just two of the many players I enjoy watching play. Riley Newman.
Well played by Augie Guh, brings it back to a 1-point game.
19-20.
Wow. Oh.
He's got it back to Johnson.
21.
And a slapper on the finish for Jack Sock.
Really fun point.
21,
Even if that did clear the
19.
net, CJ Klinger was there like a shortstop, ready to field it. Ernie Dink, number 2.
Ooh, J.W. Johnson got exactly what he wanted on that play. Saw CJ Klinger cheating to the middle.
He doesn't do it very often, but
21.
his percentages are through the roof when he does. J.W. Johnson.
Oh my. Overhead clinic. Poor Augie Guh trying to hit resets out of some rockets.
$22-20.
Oh, I think that was well wide, but style points also on the board for Jack Sock.
23-20.
Okay.
Point 21.
And they really putting J-Dub in a position where he just has to watch. Augie Guh rising to the occasion,
21,
handling the
23.
dinks. That's what happens when you're a contender for #1 player in the world, J.W. Johnson.
Oh no, hesitation in the middle for Sock and Klinger. That could be the problem with 2 forehands in the middle. Who goes? And the Flash pull back within 1.
Distribution from Augie here. Jack Sock trying to catch J-Dub cold, and he misses.
Tie game. Dallas right back at it, right back in at 23 apiece. A chance to earn a game point out of nowhere. And a timeout called. by CJ Klinger and Jack Sock. What happened? Everything seemed to be in favor of Sock and Klinger.
I mean, that Dallas Flash is a sneaky team. They don't. I mean, it looks like they're losing these incredible points, but they're not going anywhere. They're there for every single point. And you know, J-Dub is watching patiently, but he's very present still. You know, when it's his turn to do his job, he is there to do it. Another day at the office. It's always great to watch J-Dub play great pickleball. You know, third shot drop into the net is just as valuable as an Ernie clean winner. It's points of brick by brick.
15 seconds.
We got a tie ball game here.
Out of timeout. I'm in. 23-23.
Game point for Dallas.
These last handful of points, Augie Gut has been in much more control of the dink rally than earlier. And here they are.
24-23.
Oh no, out, and
goodness.
Dallas takes it. 25-23. After trailing nearly all the way through game two, they come back to take it. That's the beauty of rally scoring.
Yeah, sneaky good. J.W. Johnson, Augie Good, getting it done.
They have a chance to win in regulation here as we turn over to mixed doubles. Quite a challenge ahead for New York, too, because guess what? J.W. Johnson and Georgia Johnson, they play together quite a bit in mixed, and they get a chance to team up. Next, we'll see what the matchups are after the break. Welcome back. A thrilling matchup unfolding between the New York Hustlers and the Dallas Flash. It looked like Jack Sock and CJ Klinger were going to tie it up at one game apiece there in men's doubles. Let it slip away, and rally scoring got the best of them. 25-23 clutch finish for J.W. Johnson and Augie Gus. So now we move on to mixed doubles. We'll have two games in that category. When it comes to the coin toss, New York won the toss. They chose to react in mixed, meaning Dallas has to play their hand first, put their duo out, and why not go try and win it all the way through, so they put out Hurricane Tyra Black and Augie Guh. So the Hustlers countered that matchup with Leah Jansen and CJ Klinger trying to stay in the match. They could, they just need to win both mixed doubles games in order to force a fifth dream breaker, or fifth game rather, deciding factor in singles. So your thoughts on the selection for the Hustlers to go with Leah Jansen in this mix and CJ Klinger against Augie and Tyra Black?
Wow, I mean, I think a lot could have gone into it. There's plenty of decision-making to go into that. Perhaps they felt really comfortable with Klinger and that cross-court pattern with Augie. He was winning it the entire match, except for a little bit towards the end where he kind of started to press, started to kind of really, I'm going to use a made-up word, aggressify those cross-court dinks. And it was not to his advantage as a couple went out, and it might have given Augie a little bit of an opportunity to create. Whereas towards the beginning, he just relentlessly gave them nothing, and that was definitely the ticket. But there's plenty of other opportunities. Perhaps Leah Jansen saw something that she likes to compete against, and perhaps, you know, they got to get both of them. So, you know, leaving Jack Sock to take care of J-Dub and Georgia Johnson could be another theory. So,
Game 3, time in.
going into it here, we
0-0.
got CJ Klinger to serve, Augie Guh back on the court.
Lefty versus lefty once again. CJ Klinger hangs in the battle. Down the line finish on Tyra Black.
Two of our premier players making their premiere, right? CJ Klinger and Augie Guh, the first time in the premier division.
I see what you did there, and I like it. Nice lob from CJ.
Oh.
Side out, point, 1.
Leah Jansen might have just fallen a little behind on that crazy point. Ball was redirecting. Ball was all over the court on that great point.
1-1.
Tyra Black to serve. Can she take control of this mixed match here?
Side out, point, 2. Two, 1. Point.
Awesome point. That's a very unique stage here with the two lefties in mixed. You got both of the women on the left side of the court. They do have a cross-court pattern that they can do, only it's on their
4-1.
on their backhand side. Oh yeah, Tyra Black.
Side out, point.
That was a slingshot off the paddle of Hurricane Tyra Black.
2-4.
Patient point for Dallas. By the way, last night, the New York Hustlers, this duo, CJ Klinger and Leah Jansen, lost a heartbreaker 27-25 to the Sliders.
Wow, what was that shot?
5.
Hey, one of my favorite drop shots I've ever seen.
5-3.
And to follow it up for another point. Keep them coming. I love to see points won off of the third shot drop.
Yeah.
6-3.
Call me sentimental.
A pickleball purist.
Klinger with the huge poach. Jansen has his recover. ATP. Sure,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Why not? Outside, he's rangy with the left hand forehand.
And that's what you love to see from a lefty, someone who's well-versed on both sides of the court. Don't let them put you in the corner. Lefty's out there. Nice from Klinger. Wow, taking over. Love to see him getting those points from his partner.
8-3.
Love to see it. Fills my heart.
Right
down at the feet of C.J. Klinger.
It's
That
gonna
pop-up
happen.
chance goes down every time.
4-8.
It's a unique look we have here. It's very similar to the match we had just watched. Just two different players in the same spots, you know. Jansen instead of Sock and Tyra instead of J-Dub.
Yeah.
Point.
But Tyra Black is a little bit more of that creating aspect. J-Dub, you know, one of the best counterpunchers in the game. Tyra Black will take it to you.
5-8.
Oh, it's good. He wanted to call it wide.
Can't call it.
Looks like it was maybe sailing a little bit. And Dallas, once again, creeping back in after a big lead evaporates
6-8.
Good
for the
games.
Hustlers.
Good games from here on out.
Oh, gutsy trigger pull from Hurricane Tyra Black to initiate the pace.
Yeah, CJ counters the initial, but you know, getting it 7 volleys later.
7-8.
1 point game all of a sudden.
Beautiful shot from Augie. Good to tie it at 8. Dallas Flash took down the Texas Ranchers in regulation earlier this morning at the 10 a.m. time slot. Won 3 games to 1. It's Christian Elshon's team. At a right, Tina Pisnik
Nice.
and Pablo Tejas.
Nice.
Nice. Augie continues to climb the rank of lefties. A frustrated-looking Dallas Flash team calls a timeout. Seem to be in some trouble. How do they flip this? We'll answer that question on the other side of the break.
Seconds out of timeout. 1 timeout.
The Dallas Flash came back in a
Time in.
5-point hole
9-8.
to take the lead on the New York Hustlers. The Hustlers need this game to stay alive in the match. Hurricane Tyra Black says, not anytime soon on my watch. Tyra Black and Augie Guh won a mixed doubles game
10-8.
earlier today against Pablo Tejas and Etta Wright. 29-27 was the score there. backhand whip from Hurricane Tyra Black.
Yeah, that's real deal stuff right there.
She's got the one-handed backhand, the two-handed backhand, a lot of weapons in her arsenal.
Much needed. CJ Klinger laying it down.
9-11. Point 12.
You can see a little frustration on Leia from that unfortunate net cord.
12-9.
Be in her best interest to move on to this next one here. Ooh, she really conceded, stepped out of the way to give Klinger that forehand. Didn't seem like he was pouncing on it like she had hoped he would. Got the timeout on the side switch. So yeah, in the beginning of this match, I felt like Leia Jansen and CJ Klinger were kind of flowing. Leia was the rock, and CJ Klinger was really spreading his wings. Now in that last point, I felt like Leia was anticipating CJ to come over and go ahead and do his thing, if you will, and he was a little more tentative. So they kind of, seems like Black and Guh have kind of put some guessing into Leia Jansen and CJ. They have them guessing a little bit, and they got to refine that confidence and take care of business. I think a side switch is just what they needed.
Yeah. If you were telling Leia and CJ both individually to focus on two things each, what would you tell them?
I'd say, Leia, keep it up. Keep up that good work. And I would say, CJ, do it. Go get it. Do it. Take control. This is your match. That's what I would say. I think his recover, and even Leia is recovering CJ as well. Leia wants him to do it too. Go ahead and take those balls.
13-9.
I don't know if that's greedy of me because I love to see CJ play that way, but it might actually be the solution to this match here. Oh, man, nice point.
Hurricane Tyra Black has been so solid on her side.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Tyra Black and Augie Guh are just brick walling right now. This court is split in half, and they are covering their responsibilities very well. There it is. They have CJ Klinger, Ben Johnsing here.
Totally irrelevant, but I love the color scheme the Dallas Flash have going, and their outfits are on point. Well done.
Couldn't agree more, Michelle.
Dirk Nowitzki, I'm sure, picked it out.
Yeah, the women's, the skirts, they're in the running for best dress. Best dress of the day for sure.
11-14. Side out. Point 15.
I believe that the Hustlers, I believe they used their timeout already.
Yep, you only get one.
Side out. Point
Pressure Leia
12.
Jansen is looking for.
Recall. Whoa, 15.
Oh,
Side out. Point
there.
16.
Yeah, seems like she's getting a little antsy. Wants it so bad, starts to try to do a little more.
12.
It's tough when the solution is to do a little less and commit to that patient game. If she wants to be the rock and have CJ Klinger spread his wings, which seems like the game plan that they're going with, she has to give them zero opportunity to create, which means not creating herself. Often that, and unlucky for one team, super lucky for Augie. That ball stays in. Augie Guh taking care of business here. Dallas Flash, sneaky good.
They are. They've come back in every single game so far after trailing quite a bit.
Point.
Oh no.
19-12. Side out. Point.
Vida and Tyler Black take this. That clinches the match and the 3 points.
Point.
Couple quick points there for the New York Hustlers.
14-19.
Another team that I have my eye on their merch. Shout out to all the New York pickleball
Side
players.
out. Point. 20. Point. 14. Point.
A little bit of a dip in the morale for the
21,
Hustlers.
14. Side out. Point.
This will be a
15.
great couple of wins for the Dallas Flash, getting 3 points this morning on the Ranchers.
15-21.
Very, very good team, and to get one here, if they can pull it out, the next 4 points.
Side out. Point.
And those standing points are going to be valuable. Top 6 Premier level teams will make it to the playoffs. A lot of big money on the line for these players come November.
Point.
That frustration continues to continues to. Michelle, did you have your name in the draw for the MLP draft?
23-15.
Got lost in the mail.
Lost in the mail? Wasn't in there?
I don't know. Next year. Match point for Dallas. They win this game, they will take the match. We'll still play all 4 games.
24-15. Side out. Point. 16. 16-24. Point.
Scary stuff, as even while they are serving New York Hustlers, that was a match point for Dallas Flash. And here's another one.
17-24. Point.
Ooh, saved another. Match point number 3 for Dallas.
18-24.
They need 6 in a row. Cannot miss.
Oh my goodness.
Game.
Tough ball to defend for Leah Jansen, and the Dallas Flash will take the match in 3, and we are going to play a 4th regardless. What a performance, though, for the Dallas Flash. Apparently, they just need to play from behind, and they're good to go.
Yeah. That would have been an interesting match if, perhaps, Leia sidestepped that frustration. I definitely think they had it in them to win that match.
Well, Jack Sock is coming out next with Jackie Kawamoto taking on the Johnson siblings. Will be an entertaining game nonetheless, and we'll be right back to break down the matchup.
Yeah. We're almost done. I'll get you.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Oh, nice. You do like TREATSs that I can give him? Get you out of here, Michelle. Let's go.
The Dallas Flash took down the New York Hustlers in the third game of this match
15
series.
seconds.
But we will continue on and play the fourth because
New York is
the
serving
net
to the
game
right.
differential will have an impact potentially in the big picture of the season for Major League Pickleball this season, with the different nuances for standing points and everything in between the season for every team. So every game is important, because if it comes to a situation where at the end of the year, come November, New York and Dallas per se are in a battle with points
Right.
on the year,
Yeah.
it could come down to a net game differential, or whoever
Game 4.
team
Time
is
in.
close to
0-0.
New York in the standings come season end. So that's why we're playing it.
Point.
Yeah, we are here at the beginning of a long and interesting MLP season. And it's going to be tricky
1-0.
to have that foresight that this game matters in the grand scheme.
Side out. Point. 1.
J.W. Johnson and Georgia Johnson, of course, the sibling duo. One of the iconic
1-1.
ones, the most iconic one in the pro pickleball scene. Great defense from Georgia. Oh,
Side
JW
out.
couldn't
Point.
finish it.
2.
18 years
2-1.
old, Georgia Johnson will turn in August. JW is just 21. That is a
Side
cannon.
out. Point. 2.
Showing off to Jack Sock, who's got a pretty big cannon of his own. Coming up after this match, it's the St. Louis Shock taking on the Texas Ranchers.
Nice.
Hayden Patriquin, Gabe Tardio, Anna Bright, and Kate Fahey for the St. Louis Shock. Christian Alshon, Pablo Tejas, Tina Pisnik at a right for the Ranchers.
That's amazing.
Side out. Point. 3.
J-Dub goes for it. Just out.
And the New York
3-2.
Hustlers, they have another match tonight against the New Jersey Fives.
Oh, really? Oh, that's going to be a crazy one.
Prime time, 6 p.m. Eastern.
I'll check
Side
that one
out.
out.
Point. 3.
It's worth it.
Three. Side out. Point. 4.
J-Dub and Georgia Johnson, the brother-sister
4-3.
duo. What other brother-sister duos do we have out there?
I don't think we have any others.
It's crazy rare.
Side out. Point. 4. 4.
Lindsay Newman, Riley Newman. Oh, that
Point.
was killing me.
5-4. Point.
Serve for point.
Six, 4.
denied by Jack Sock.
5.
Can't lob over his right shoulder.
Let's take a look at this here.
5-6.
Yeah. Little dunk action.
Side out. Point. 7. 7-5. Point.
J-Dub and Georgia Johnson, always methodical, playing their game,
8-5.
bringing it to the table. It's a good hand to have.
Side out. Point. 6. 6-8. Side out. Point.
A little get out of my way, brother, from Georgia Johnson.
9-6.
Julie Johnson, very notable senior pro as well, the mother of these two.
Point.
Yeah, J-Dub definitely does a lot of wild stuff that I wouldn't always recommend to the recreational player. That shovel scoop that he tends to make contact with behind his body. That's definitely a specialty shot.
Yeah, why does that work for him? The shovel
Side out.
scoop. I like
Point.
that description.
7.
Yeah, it's a little wonky, but you know, you do anything 15,000 times, you know,
7-10.
150,000 times. Start to get good at it.
Side out. Point.
So that would be a decent tip for the recreational player. If you have a shot that you want or you like, get out there and get the reps. Get that practice in. Perhaps drill a little bit in addition to playing.
Yeah, there's no one way to do it. Everyone has a little bit of a unique twist
11-7.
to their game.
Yeah, and dinking
You
at the
had
net.
yours.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Tend to be good at it.
Side out.
Tough.
Point. 8.
And dinking at the kitchen line for 30 seconds is not a warm-up.
8-11.
It's not. It's a bummer.
Side
No, if you're out there
Point.
dinking, you're good.
12.
If you're out there, you're good.
12-8.
Looking for the side switch here. Ah, J-Dub with a overhead of his own.
And change leaders, the Dallas Flash already up 3-0 on the New York Hustlers. Looking for a clean sweep here in Atlanta on the heels of a big win this morning. We'll be right back. Degrees, a little bit cloudy, and just a touch windy today as well. 13-mile-per-hour winds and hefty humidity. 49%. Michelle McMahon, Rob Cassidy in the booth. First stop of the season for Major League Pickleball here at the Lifetime Facilities, Peachtree Corners. Jack Sock, Jackie Kawamoto on the near side of your screen, the white, looking for a game on the
Side out,
Dallas
point,
Flash.
14.
Georgia and JW Johnson looking sharp as one would expect, and what a steal when it comes to the draft. If you're Dallas and you're able to scoop these two up on the same team.
Side out, point, 10.
JW was taken at 12. He was the 12th overall pick. Georgia Johnson, 17th.
10, 14.
Wow.
Hurricane Tyra Black, 23, and Augie Gull was available at 38. Only 48 players
out,
made
point,
it to premier level.
15.
12 teams, 4 players each.
15, 10.
Oh, what a shot from Georgia Johnson on the counterpunch.
Sixteen, 10. Point.
J-Dub puts it down. They're cruising now. It is hard to find that
17-10.
motivation in a game 4 when you've already lost the match. There he is.
Just poetic from JW Johnson, pulling Jack Sock out wide, wide again, and finds the middle.
18, 10.
There it is, the heavy
Side out.
hands from Jack
Point.
Sock.
11.
I'd love to see a crazy comeback.
11,
I know what this
18.
rally scoring is capable of. Rally scoring does make comebacks a little bit tougher.
Yeah, tougher. I think it makes it more possible. Don't
Okay,
you?
okay.
Because momentum can shift easier, I think, but maybe I'm wrong.
Point.
Ooh, and off the foot of J.W. Johnson. It can be a little tougher to do the comeback. Just say the score is,
12, 18.
23.
If it's more lopsided, you're saying.
No, if it's dead even. So if it's 21-22 and they side out 6 times or what have you, then the team with 22 wins. Well, not exactly because they
Yeah.
got to win by 2, but
13, 18.
it just kind of spirals upwards. Nice rip from
Point.
Kawamoto. She gets a point from her partner. Jack Sock likes what he sees. So yeah, 24-22, that's not necessarily a comeback situation. So let's say the score is 23-10.
14,
Side out, side
18.
out, side out, and it's over. Whereas, in the traditional, they could hold and get their serve possession back and score a couple
Side out.
points.
Point.
And then side
19.
out, hold, get the serve back, score a couple points. So there's a little bit more room for a comeback in traditional.
19, 14.
I would say we are enjoying the pace of these rally scoring games for sure. These are very balanced games, and Jack Sock and Kawamoto are still in this
20,
match
14.
just as much.
Side out. Point. 15. 15, 20. Side out. point, 21. Twenty-one, 15.
Joggy Johnson has been so lively in this match.
22, 15.
Might be for 100% for every time he's decided to initiate.
Point.
Just the presence of J-Dub, perhaps forcing
23-15.
Jack Sock a little wide there.
Side out. Point, 16. 16, 23.
All right. Gonna have to score a good number of points here before they side out.
Side out.
Oh!
Point, 24.
Georgia Johnson making all the adjustments on that shot.
And a game point for Dallas, already
24,
claimed the
16.
match in the third game. This could have late season implications. Oh,
Side out. Point,
would have been
17.
awesome. Georgia Johnson on the prowl for an ATP.
And why not set yourself up for
17,
a
24.
fourth shot for match, perhaps here? Oh,
Point.
almost.
Eighteen, 24. Side out. Point.
The
Game.
Johnson siblings
25.
take it 25-18, a perfect 4-0 on a very good New York Hustlers roster. What a performance for the Dallas Flash, and look out for this team down the stretch, Rob Cassidy.
Yeah, the New York Hustlers is a fantastic team, and for Dallas to do that to them just shows what they're capable of, and that's definitely a team to have your eye on moving forward this MLP 2024 season.
Augie Guz, one of the great stories of pickleball, and he will join